Classroom activity. We have different types of activities in the classroom, but here we are going to talk about some different activities which can take place in the classroom. This can be the type of activity which is done by fun learning. In order to make an activity for the classroom, the most important thing is to identify the needs of the students. For example, outline the factors that should be taken into account when selecting an activity for an individual. So whenever we are talking about doing some activity in the classroom, and especially if it is related to fun learning, we have to identify the needs of our students. We need to look at the factors which we need to consider and take into account in order to make that activity possible in the classroom. Identify an activity that meets the specific needs of an individual. So there is a possibility that there are different students in the classroom and we need to design activities according to their needs. So what the teacher can do is that she can always make it possible for the students to get into groups and then work on their activity. For example, there can be a group of painters in the class, so that group can be given an activity to paint. If there is a group who is good in doing games, then that group should be encouraged to work on language games and have language fun in the class. At the same time, there will be a lot of learning taking place. Also, if there is a group who are good at doing a drama or a poem presentation, then the teacher should encourage those students to do those activities and create learning by fun. So whenever we are to have a classroom activity or a project designed by the teacher needs to identify the needs and accordingly give the responsibilities to the students in order to carry on with the activity. For example, select a spelling activity for students who are weak in spellings. So there are many activities like spelling bee and spelling games, and also there are some activities related to dictionary in which the teacher can ask the student to look for the spelling in the dictionary and also help the student to look for those spellings in the dictionary. Therefore, this type of an activity would be more useful for the student to learn the spellings instead of just asking the student to rote learn the spelling. That will not help the student. Instead, if some type of activity or a project is designed in order to help the student learn the spellings, that will be more appreciated by the student, and also it will be made possible for the student to learn the spellings. Therefore, it is very important to have fun learning done in the classroom activities, and to make it possible, the teacher needs to guide the students, support the students, and also look for the needs of the student and then design those activities accordingly. If the needs of the students are different from the activity designed, then the output is going to be very low. The students are not going to learn anything because that is not their need. So in order to make it more specific, the teacher needs to keep a record of all the needs of the students in the class. And this can be exhibited in different sessions. It is not necessary that in 1 or 2 days the teacher would come to know about the needs of the students. Maybe she or he would be needing more time to specify and identify the needs of the students. Therefore, they may take their time, but whatever is the need of the student, the teacher has to satisfy that, identify that, keep a record of that, and then design the classroom activity according to that.